It's time for the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight, the Aquinas Blue Golds and the Central Red Raiders. The High School Game of the Week is made possible by our sponsors, like Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business. On Southwest 2nd Avenue in Onalaska. Across the South Side, don't just have dinner. And Bacalar sauce.
Got a bunch of people. We got about 30 people. I think coming out so far. We actually had one guy come in, a guy by the name of Scott Tovesen, drove in from Chicago for this. So,
right. Well, again, a team that was one of the perhaps the best that ever played at Central High School, and Coach was part of that team. The 5 Ks, the special K, Kobe, Keeler, Kroll, Carroll, and Korger. The level of competition. You know, I was on ESPN recently talking about the style of play now, the level of competition back then, decades ago, even prior to the 70s when you played in 1979. And you see a lot of basketball.
Yep.
Compare the level of play when you played to today.
Well, I just think if you take for an example, Terry, the Central team of tonight. I mean, they're so athletic. I mean, the Davis kids, they get down the court, and the Thompson kids, big and strong. The Parcher kid. I just think the athleticism is just up a notch where it was 40 years ago. I think the game has changed so much. The 3-point shot has absolutely revolutionized the game. Has just changed it big time.
It really has. Again, tonight a big night. 4-3 of the Central.
Eau Claire Memorial also down here at Central, and we beat those guys in overtime with Derek Kroll hitting 2 free throws in overtime. And a very exciting game. And
then, so you had all those tremendous wins, and then you went to the postseason. Now that was kind of adventurous because you played Sparta early in the postseason, and you'd beaten them really easy during the season.
Yes, we clobbered Sparta earlier in the year by 30, 35 points, and the regional was played at Sparta that night, and of course they had legendary coach Woody Wilson coaching, and Woody didn't like losing to anybody, and we were actually in a real dogfight with Sparta. We're up by like 4 or 6 points, and there's a bang play. One of our players, Jim Keeler, I think charged, and the referees called the foul on the Sparta player, and Woody Wilson became incensed, and he actually was thrown out of the gym. And he assessed 3 technical fouls. We ended up winning the game by 12. So our run could have ended that night in Sparta. They played a great game that night.
Well, you had a target on your back, and after such a great season, then Madison Memorial game. You're on sectional final Madison Memorial.
Okay, well, we played Madison Memorial actually, Terry, in the first game of the sectional. We beat them by about 15, and then we played Madison East to go to state. They were ranked 6th in the state, and we were ranked 2nd. And it was a game that was really hyped for the entire season because some of their guys go to the same basketball camps that we would go to, and they had 3 all Big 8 players on that team, and we beat those guys we beat them by 30. So.
And then on to state. Brookfield East, you won 64-58. Hamilton Sussex won 73-69. I was courtside, by the way, in the old barn watching all of that.
Sure.
And then Milwaukee Tech. A game that I'll never, ever get over because I think the game was taken away from you. You should have had the gold ball.
Should have, could have, Terry. A couple controversial calls. You can't cry over spilled milk, I guess. Kind of a phantom call on Derek Kroll, and then I remember we were up by a couple points, and Tony Gelfi got a layup from Don Kuby on a fast break, and they called 3 seconds, and we'd have been up 4 points, and it's boom, boom, boom. They come down, get the ball tied up, and it's a different game.
Yeah, so you lost 67-65.
Correct.
I can still see it.
Yep.
You had such a unique blend of players. You had the personalities were really something to behold, and your bench strength was deep. I looked at your roster and your bench strength, and you and I talked about it a little bit yesterday. You were 11 deep. You had a bench.
Yep.
You had a bench
that
was as strong as many of the starting teams that you played against.
Right. Yeah, and we had just some phenomenal athletes. Guys that played other sports besides basketball. We were very deep, very athletic too.
And you mentioned to me that in practice competition and scrimmages, the second team usually beat the first team.
The second team used to take a lot of pride. They'd kick us around, and they would. On a regular basis, they made us a lot better. They really did.
And you had some coaches that were legendary, too, and they're friends of mine. You assistant coach Mark Service, assistant coach Ken Barrett, and the head coach Gary Robart.
Yep, they're just really great guys. You know, they let us play that year, and we had a blast, and we're just very fortunate and very lucky to be part of that run.
So what a special night. You bring back all these players, 40 years. Talk about the memory. Talk about the importance. Talk about the emotion of this particular night.
Oh, this is just great getting together. You know, like I said, we got together beforehand. It's just great to get together. And it's like if we don't get together for a couple of years, it's just like we're back together from 40 years ago.
Yeah, and of course, the disappointing thing, the sad part of it is Derek Kroll passed away a few years ago. He was your point guard. He was your catalyst. He was your quarterback.
Yes, he was.
You know, and he was incredibly talented. I believe his son will be representing the family. So that's important too. But just blending everybody back together again, bringing them here, bringing a lot of the reserves. And it's a great thing that Central High School is doing that to remember this team.
That's very nice. And, you know, Todd Fergut, Coach Podesky, Joe Barron, we knew they'd do it up first class, and this has been first class, and they've really taken care of us.
Yeah, and
greatly appreciated
so it's special.
By our team.
We'll be looking forward to halftime, watching you get honored. And again, as a fan, as a friend, and so on, watching all of you play, it brings back a lot of memories to me, and a lot of our viewers know the significance of that 1979 team. So we want to thank you for being on the pregame.
Well, thanks, Jerry. Appreciate the kind words.
All right, and we'll see you at halftime.
Okay.
And right after this, we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit about the game itself. We'll talk about the matchups and so on right after this.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, La Crosse.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Here you are.
Right now, get over $1,700 in rebates and utility credits with your new Carrier Infinity Heating and Cooling System.
Call or visit us online to ask more about our Gold Star maintenance program.
Schneider Heating, West Salem.
Schneider Heating around West Salem. Here you go.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department. Delivery and setup. Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyer's Furniture.
You know that
The Castle commitment is making sure you have all the tools you need to find your next home. Our Castle Finder app is the most up-to-date home search app around. Search by neighborhoods, school districts, and more. It's the only real estate app with augmented reality. Point your phone or tablet and see all nearby homes for sale with photos and details right at your fingertips. Make your home search fun and easy. Castle Finder, available on the App Store or
Dinner tonight? Don't go just anywhere. Make it special. A fiesta at Fiesta Mexicana. Real, authentic Mexican food made fresh every single day. Quesadillas, fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, and don't forget the margaritas. Looking for a place for a special celebration? Well, Fiesta Mexicana can handle groups up to 65 people. Their party planners will help you with a special menu or a delicious Mexican buffet. They can even cater a party in your home. So make it special. Make it Fiesta Mexicana on Mormon Cooley Road at the south end of La Crosse.
Welcome to La Crosse Central High School for the KQEG High School Game of the Week. Hi everyone, this is Art Fay along with Terry Erickson. We got Jesse Van Ruden on the computer for us tonight. Ryan Scaife is working the camera for us tonight on the Mississippi Valley Conference game where the conference leading Central Red Raiders are taking on La Crosse Aquinas Blue Golds in an intercity game. And tonight, Terry, you know, even though there's a discrepancy between these two teams, it's always fun to see these two squads meet in an intercity matchup.
Oh, I have fond memories of myself being in intercity games, and now my sons were involved in it, so it's something special. There's no doubt about it, and maybe it's a cliche. Playing an intercity game is something unique, but it's not if you're a part of it. I can tell you that. It's highly important, highly unique, and highly special.
It is. Aquinas Blue Golds come in. They're 5-4 in the conference, 8-11 on the year, so about a 500 ball club. Where on the other hand, La Crosse Central, one of the best Division II teams in the state of Wisconsin, they are 17-2 on the year, 11-0 in the conference. They're number 2 in Division II behind Nicolay.
Well, let's start with Aquinas, 8-11, 5-4, like you said. They've been inconsistent, no doubt about it. They've had injuries, they've had illnesses, but they have a 3-game winning streak. We worked their game just last Friday against Logan. Started very slow. Logan started strong, and then all of a sudden it flipped, and Aquinas won by 6 going away. Last time these two teams played on January 31st, just a couple of weeks ago, Central 81 and Aquinas 29. So if I'm Brad Reinhardt, the head coach, I'm like throwing that game out the window, not even looking at that game. Johnny Davis had 30, Parcher 11, and so on. And really, the score was 42-17 at half. And the Blue Golds only scored 12 in the second half. The point was it was one-sided, and it was an ugly loss for the Blue Golds.
Well, you know, these Central Red Raiders are so good. But, you know, I heard a little story, you know, that David Hayden went into the huddle for Central, and, you know, Bryce Lee, who's now a recruit for football for Winona State, was in the middle of that. He went in there and he got, you know, more than clobbered by Bryce, you know, but Bryce helped him up. He says, I'm not going back in there.
Exactly.
So they respect each other.
In fact, Bryce Lee was our player of the game in the Logan game. You know, he hadn't really scored. I don't think he scored double figures the entire season. Had 10 points and had some crucial free throws down the stretch. So, I mean, he was the bright spot, along with Murfeld, of course, and several other players. Jake Savadelli, 5 for 6 on the free throw line, and that was a big win for Central. 6 straight wins after the loss at your house, the La Crosse Center, number 1 seed, possible rematch with Onalaska, by the way, on March 7th. But this is a special night because it will be another year when the Central Red Raiders could very possibly go undefeated in the Mississippi Valley Conference.
Well, these Red Raiders, they've got a number of kids we can mention as they go through their lineup because they got so much strength and, you know, kids who are going to play at another level. Johnny Davis coming in, he's getting looked at by a lot of Division I teams for basketball, and a few looking at him for football as well, and Jordan Davis, Terrence Thomas. I mean, these are kids that can play at the next level.
And they have some complementary players that people don't even talk about. David Hayden's one of them. You just mentioned it before. Terrence Thompson, his imposing presence in the paint is certainly enough for anybody to struggle with. But they have guys off the bench. They play 10 deep. So don't be surprised if you see 10 deep here tonight.
Wow. And we're on the edge of the tournament run as these teams are getting seeded now, and that'll be interesting as we start getting that in the next 10 days.
Yeah, I saw that come out last night, looked at it closely. Of course, we're going to be following several teams into the postseason. We're going to be following the Aquinas girls, probably the Central boys, maybe West Salem. So I hope our viewers stay tuned, check the schedule, because we'll bring as many games as we can into the postseason.
So what do you think the keys are to tonight's game?
I think the key is starting strong for the Blue Golds. Now, I mentioned they came out of 3 wins. They played very, very well. One of the bright spots, Brandon Murfeld, has scored 77 points in the last 3 games and is on fire. So they need to start they can't react to the pressure, and they need to start strong. For Central, they're a team that's emerging. Are they a lot better than they were last year? Here's where they're better. They're better on defense. They're better with spacing on offense, and they share the ball better. So the keys to the game would be if Central's defense continues to be as strong as they have been, it will be a challenge for the Central Red Raiders.
Well, tonight is also senior night, and they'll be introducing a lot of the seniors, not only players but cheerleaders and others that are involved here. So as they get into that activity and this programming, we're going to be taking a break.
Can I mention one thing here?
Sure.
Put the camera right there, Ryan, because a special award tonight, too, from the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association. We'll be honoring Jaquan Ingram with a Milwaukee Bucks Perseverance Award. And there he is, standing at the free throw line, receiving this special award from Joe Barron, the activities director.
Very, very nice. All right, we are just about ready for our starting lineups. So with that, we'll take a timeout and be right back on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, Lacrosse.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Here you are.
Right now, get over $1,700 in rebates and utility credits with your new Carrier Infinity Heating and Cooling System.
Call or visit us online to ask more about our Gold Star maintenance program.
Schneider Heating, West Salem.
Schneider Heating around West Salem. Here you go.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
No matter.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department. Delivery and setup. Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyer's Furniture.
Welcome back to Central High School. The starting lineup for the visiting Aquinas Blue Golds, number 4, that is Gavin Wetzel, a 6'2 junior. Number 10 is Brandon Murfeld. He is a 5'11 senior. Number 22 is Joe Savidelli, a sophomore at 6'1". Number 23, Andrew Skemp, another sophomore, standing at 5'11". And Jacob Savidelli, number 34, a senior at 6'1".
Brad Reinhardt will go with Bryce Lee, too, Art, along with Quinn Miskowski and certainly Max Gelger in that lineup.
And for the host, Central Red Raiders, tonight. DeAndre Davis, number 3, a senior at 5'9". He'll be at a guard position. Number 4, Jacob Service, another senior.
Starting the seniors.
5'11", yep. Jaquan Ingram, a senior at 6'3". Number 34, Clayton Phillips at 6'7". And number 2, David Hayden, 5'11", all seniors.
Yeah, a lot of teams do that too. Certainly the starting lineup, Terrence Thompson, Parcher, Davis, and Hayden, but I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, I think what he did, they introduced all the seniors.
Okay.
So now the starting lineup.
Yeah, okay.
Terrence Thompson, number 21.
But a lot of teams do that, though. They start seniors. I know Onalaska the other night against Central had all seniors starting on the girls' side.
Johnny Davis, number 5. Noah Parcher, number 22. Jordan Davis, number 24. David Hayden, number 2. That's a starting lineup for Todd Fergutt.
Johnny Davis averaging 23 points a game, 9 rebounds. And Noah Parcher averaging 10. Jordan Davis averaging 14. So 3 Red Raiders in double figures. And we talked about the other guys that are going to play too, including Brecken Austin and Charlie Mesowitz. 3 officials from the Eau Claire area working a big inner-city game like this. I like to see officials from outside the area working these games, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Come in, they don't have as quite much history understanding what's going on. So Gavin Wetzel and Johnny Davis.
They're not recognizable. That's the main thing, too.
Yeah.
Central starting in their motion, spacing, and the Blue Golds in their man-to-man. They did well in their man-to-man against Logan, just kind of ate up Logan in the second half, causing a lot of turnovers.
Ball out of bounds. Aquinas basketball at the baseline, and Jacob Salvadelli will inbound it.
Kind of an uncharacteristically first possession turnover. Johnny Davis not reading his defense, reading his teammate a little wrong.
Jacob Salvadelli in the corner, and he went to cut in and then threw it out of bounds.
Speaking of turnovers, one apiece. If you missed our pregame, too, we're on the Central Red Raiders honoring the 1979 team here at halftime. So try to pick up some of that on the camera at halftime, as well as senior night, parents' night. Lots of fans here for this Monday night game. Aren't the Badgers playing tonight, too?
You know, I don't even know.
They are.
Are
They're
they?
playing Illinois at 7 o'clock. Just tipped.
There's Johnny Davis for 3.
Johnny Davis.
I tell you, Illinois is a hot team right now.
I know, right over the outstretched arms of Joe Salvadelli.
Johnny Davis puts Central on the board, 3-0. Early going in this contest. Skimp at the backfield. This is Jordan Davis. They're looking to do double team.
I think one of the most,
Terrence Thompson.
Yeah, his long arms. Skemp, probably one of the most improved players for the Blue Goals. Has played well recently, too.
Yes.
Worked his way into the starting lineup, Art. Nice pass.
Wetzel off the back. And there's Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis averaging about 14. He's going to take a long 2, and he hits.
Yeah. Mid-range jump shot. He's really deadly at the mid-range. In order for the Blue Goals to be in this game, Murfeld's got to have a great game. He's been averaging over 20 points the last 3 games, 17 on the season.
Salvadelli, Jacob.
Salvadelli didn't play that well against Logan the other night, but when it counted as a senior, he put in 5 for 6 free throws and helped win the game.
Oh, and David Hayden from long range hits a 3.
All-state football player, just honored by the Green Bay Packers in a award ceremony and a dinner in Green Bay. Congratulations to him. Murfeld hasn't even gotten a shot off yet. Have to figure out a way to get him the ball and isolate him, get a ball screen.
Yeah, they got Jordan Davis come way on him. Here's Skemp for 3. Over the top, and Parcher off the teammate heel and out of bounds. It'll be Aquinas ball.
Bounced it off David Hayden's foot. Went out of bounds.
So Jacob Salvadelli will inbound it to Murfeld. Boy, they recognize Murfeld's scoring about 27. They're right on him.
Oh, yeah. He's going to have a hard time getting shots off with the long arms of Jordan Davis.
It's tipped away. David Hayden. And lob up to Johnny Davis is too much. And it'll go out of bounds.
Sure, they practiced that a few times,
yeah.
Right? I've seen that so much, that alley-oop, you know. They're really good at it, too. Red Raiders 6 wins in a row, as we talked about in the pregame, just picking up steam, peaking at the right time, which good teams do, of course, as we're in mid-February. Pairings went out on Sunday night. We'll talk about that. Seeding system needs a little work. We'll talk about that.
There's Murfeld trying to do a step back. Get it out to Skimp.
Who's the most famous step-back shooter in the history of the NBA, do you know?
I don't know.
Larry Bird was one of them. I think he pioneered the step-back. So many players do it now, too.
Lob down low to Terrence Thompson. And over to Hayden. That was a hard pass.
Yeah, kind of a careless pass. So many teams do that, though, because teams collapse onto the post and there's so much backside help, so post players will look opposite. You see that so much at every level. The problem with helping in the post is if you don't recover quickly, you're in trouble.
And Murfeld showing a little quickness. Bounce down low to Wetzel. And here's a shot on the left side, not going to go over the top. Here's Johnny Davis. Going all the way down the lane, got by the defense and left-handed in.
He's a master at a blow-by. You know that? He got a 30-second timeout. He just goes by people with that extra step, and it's just hard to stop that.
Well, with the timeout on the floor, we'll just tell you a little bit about Schumacher Kish Funeral Homes. They've been serving the La Crosse area for over 50 years. Traditional service, a pre-arranged.
Are you looking for a new home?
Schumacher Kish. They got locations in Onalaska, La Crosse, and La Crescent, Minnesota. So a 12-3 score.
So we had a chance to see these Blue Goals, as I said, Friday night, and they started really slow, and then they came alive, and that was a big win over Logan. So you had a busy day today, meetings and so on. A typical day for a guy in your position?
It's a little loaded today, but that happens. Inbound pass, DeAndre Davis, and loose basketball, Skimp, and DeAndre comes up with it.
DeAndre's got so much quickness, especially on defense.
Long shot.
Oh. Jacob Service off the bench doesn't score a great deal, only averaging 3 points a game, but certainly looked comfortable on that shot, didn't he?
Well, he got his 3 right there. He's on the board, making it 15-3.
Good entry pass.
Wetzel.
Wetzel was one of my players of the game against Logan. Just plays much bigger than his size, coming off a bad injury. It happened in football.
Noah Parcher coming back in as he gets ready for the game here. Here's Johnny Davis all the way down.
Just a little, he elevated over Skemp and made it look easy. A lot of people are looking at Noah Parcher too. He's not at the level of maybe Johnny Davis, but he's not too far behind in terms of being a good role player.
Jump ball, it'll stay with Aquinas.
Joe Salvadelli lost the handle there. Bryce Lee comes in. If you missed early in this game, I mentioned Bryce Lee was our player of the game against the Rangers.
Quinn Muskowski in for Aquinas.
Quinn averaging 4 points a game, only a freshman. Pretty exciting for him to get some varsity experience as a 9th grader.
Yeah, in this game here. Skemp going baseline. Caught underneath and gets out of there. Here's Murfeld for a long 3, and he finds the bottom.
Yeah, and if he gets hot, the Blue Goals may challenge these Red Raiders.
17-6 with that shot. Down low they go. Shot off the glass. Nice move inside.
Yeah, nice use of the glass, huh?
Charlie Mazowitz.
Charlie's playing a lot lately, and he should at 6'5" junior. He's going to be a huge asset next year, be a starter. You imagine him and Terrence Thompson in the post?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it was a charge, too. Got to pull up and stop, and DeAndre Davis did a nice job at 5'9", holding his ground against Bryce Lee at 6'4", about 250 pounds.
Yeah, Bryce was looking around at a couple of different football schools. There's a back door at Hayden.
Oh, nice read, little two-man game, Parcher to Hayden. I wish he would have played at UWL, but I guess he's going Division II, huh?
Yeah, he got some pretty good looks, and a little bit of scholarship money, and taking a look at what he could do. And in Winona State, he's also big with his family, and he wanted to stay close to home.
I don't imagine Larry minds that, does he?
Oh, Larry.
Grandpa Larry?
Grandpa Larry. You just ask him, and better set aside about 20 minutes because he'll tell you.
20 minutes?
Yeah. Very proud.
Well, and
Tommy is too.
Oh, of course. Well, we feel the same way about our grandchildren.
Absolutely. 21-6, 11:46 left in the first half. With no Parcher directing traffic out on top of the key. And nice pass underneath to Terrence Thomas. Boy.
Thompson just cut to the basket at the exact right time and got a perfect bounce pass. They just do so well with cohesiveness and finding their teammates. A good vision, good unselfishness. That's been a point of emphasis for these Red Raiders, is sharing the ball. And that I can see it too. That's part of their drills and practice, part of their core values. And I think their defense is probably the most improved thing. They just make it difficult. Their run and jump, their double team, and then their length, and then their explosion.
Terrence Thompson
did that against Logan too and brought the house down.
A nice steal and a nice dunk.
See their rotations. They rotate. Reminds me of a college team and an NBA team that rotates so well. And when you rotate, you got to make sure somebody covers for you, and they work on that too.
Skimp is coming out, and because Wetzel came back into the game for Aquinas. Down to Bryce Lee.
There's
shot
a nice
on the right
shot.
side.
Looked good when it left his hand too. Parcher's spotting up. Shooting is all about spotting up and rhythm. Jordan Davis on a rebound, and the Blue Gulls another timeout.
All right, timeout on the floor. It is 27-6. We'll take a break and be right back after this on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
Are you looking for a new home? The Castle Realty Coming Soon program allows our buyers to view properties before they hit the market. Thinking about selling? Check out Castle's Buyers Waiting program. We might already have a buyer for your home. Castle Realty is matching buyers and sellers early in the process, saving everybody time and money. Castle Realty is committed to providing an excellent real estate experience. Call Castle Realty and experience the commitment.
Dinner tonight? Don't go just anywhere. Make it special. A fiesta at Fiesta Mexicana. Real, authentic Mexican food made fresh every single day. Quesadillas, fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, and don't forget the margaritas. Looking for a place for a special celebration? Well, Fiesta Mexicana can handle groups up to 65 people. Their party planners will help you with a special menu or a delicious Mexican.
Yep.
Dinner tonight? Don't go just anywhere. Make it special. A fiesta at Fiesta Mexicana. Real, authentic Mexican food made fresh every single day. Quesadillas, fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, and don't forget the margaritas. Looking for a place for a special celebration? Well, Fiesta
Back to Central High School. Blue Golds have the ball. And not sure what the little delay is there on the sidelines as they're mopping up.
Some water. Mentioned earlier, you asked me our keys to the game, and I said the Blue Gulls need to start kind of strong and not be intimidated early on, and that has not happened as we are at the 10-minute mark, and it's 27-6.
Well, you know, these kids know each other. I was just watching Jordan Davis and Brandon Murfeld. They were just having a conversation. You know, I was waiting for things to get going again.
I'm sure they've seen each other on the AAU circuit.
So here we go. Got a lot of basketball this week, and we'll cover that for you here. Our leader, Rick Wilson, is enjoying a trip down to Florida.
Yeah, he's got his toes in the ocean right now.
Yeah, Murfeld with a shot. Bryce Lee going to go back up.
Nice rebound. Oh, again, Terrence Thompson, just those long arms, staying vertical.
David Aiden, not there. Out of bounds, Aquinas. Yeah, Rick's going down, and I mean, special time. His mom's 95th birthday.
Yeah.
We're celebrating down there.
Saw some pictures on Facebook, and looked pretty exciting. Palm trees and about 75 degrees, and we're shoveling snow, and we're going to get some more snow in the next 24 hours.
Yeah. So shot down here after the steal by Parcher, not there. Jordan Davis tips it out of bounds.
We're going to follow these Red Raiders, as I said, in the postseason, and their defense is just going to create a lot of problems along the way, as they have all season long.
Well, they're going to be a team a lot of people are going to be pointing to get into that state tournament. Expectations would be there. Wetzel can hang on to it. A dump pass off from Bryce Lee, and just a little heavy traffic.
Like to see Bryce Lee challenge Terrence Thompson a little bit more, though, and get him a foul or two, get him a little tentative. You know, if you get somebody with just one or two fouls, they just instinctively become a little less aggressive. Terrence Thompson out now, and Charlie Mesowitz back in, huh? Max Gauger averaging 2 points a game. The senior reports in. We're going to need a spotter tonight because we're going to see lots of people in and out.
A lot of kids here. Hayden going baseline.
Oh,
and we got some free throws coming.
Good hard foul, though, by Gavin Wetzel. Did you see what he did, Ryan? Did you get that on camera? He fouls him hard so he can't shoot, and then he pats him on the back and says, I had to do that. Didn't want you to score.
Yeah, I think they called that one on Bryce.
Did they?
I think
Could
so.
have been on either one. Bryce takes a break, and Joe Salvadelli reports back in. Younger brother of Jake Salvadelli. Great football player. Boy, he had a great season. He'll play college ball somewhere if he chooses to.
Scores 29-6. Cross Central in the white uniforms tonight, ranked number 2 in the state of Wisconsin in Division II.
A lot of people think it's a Nicolay versus the Red Raiders in the state championship.
Boy, the way it sets up right now. Murfeld, blocked by Jordan Davis. Gets it back. Here's Joe Salvadelli.
Nice pass. Murfeld recognizing Joe Salvadelli, cutting to the basket. The sophomore gets his first 2. Yeah, I read an article about Nicolay, and they talk about their offense and their artillery, but their defense is pretty impressive too.
Jordan Davis, that's long range. He's got 7 in the first half.
Nicolay, part of that super team concept that a lot of the state is talking about. How do you take kids from transferring from schools, and the super team concept is going to be discussed. I don't know if you're aware of that.
No, I wasn't. There's Jacob Salvadelli, not going to go, but he had the right shot, a good look. Johnny Davis rattles out.
Good effort by Jake Salvadelli, and the Blue Gulls keep it. Noah Parcher's got a younger sister, a sophomore, that plays on the girls' team. Have you ever seen her play?
I have.
Wow,
you could tell she's a Parcher.
She's a nice athlete too.
Max Gauger with the basketball. And a loose one, and it's DeAndre Davis, and he's fouled. And Wetzel will pick up the foul. About 7:20 left in the half. Jordan Davis in the lane, and that one's not going to go. Got a good look at it. Parcher, and he'll take it up, and that won't go. Put back, Davis.
That's his ability to elevate. That full court trap creates so many problems, especially with their length and their anticipatory skills.
And good effort and good hustle and aggressive move by Joe Salvadelli. Couldn't finish it.
Every shot contested too, Art.
Lob pass inside goes back to Blue Golds. Murfeld, open look, and he got another.
Well, I told you, he's been hotter than heck, 77 points in the last 3 games. Look good there. Give him an opportunity, give him a look, and it's 3.
Parcher down the lane. Well, you're right. Noah Parcher, good ball player.
Yeah, he just is able to get to the basket.
That was his first bucket of the night.
He can find the driving lane. Oh, Salvadelli stayed with it, tipped it back in. Little help from Wetzel. Oh, another good move. Little
Parcher
spin move. Little style basket.
Parcher is just spreading it around right now for Central.
Went right, yeah, exactly. He went right by Joe Salvadelli. Make it easy basket.
38-13.
We talked earlier about they really worked hard on sharing the ball, and you can see it, can't you?
It just Central is just it's scary how fast they can put up points.
They just create so many turnovers. Their goal is to create chaos on the opponent's offense, and they do that.
Noah Parcher, that's 3 buckets in a row for Parcher. He's got 6. Murfeld found an open seam.
No
foul.
Got to call that.
And Murfeld just looking at the official.
Yeah.
How come that didn't get called?
He should. He drew a foul.
DeAndre Davis not there. He goes back up for a second. Yeah, he's going to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, if I'm Brad Reinhardt, I'm like, you call a foul there, and what about my guy who went down? You got to call that.
Brandon Murfeld just couldn't believe it. He's still talking to the official
about
that.
He's right. You got to protect the shooter. We talk about that all the time as crews in high school and college. Got to protect the shooter.
So DeAndre Davis at the line. Foul was called on Wetzel.
Jaquan Ingram, who received an award from the Milwaukee Bucks, Perseverance Award before the game, as we talked about. Now in the lineup, number 10. Brecken Austin, too, are part of that 10-player rotation. The junior 6'3" guard.
Underneath.
Ooh, go up with that.
Oh, Gauger, yeah, he just felt like he was too far underneath.
Yeah, I think he did. Dribble the ball to those long arms of the Red Raider defense and try to split the double team, you're in trouble.
And Johnny Davis is on Murfeld now. Boy, they really come out on him.
They really show so well too, like college teams do.
Parcher stealing it away. And back to Johnny Davis. You could see that one coming.
You absolutely could see it. Before it even happened, it was like, we know what that's going to be.
Yep. There's just a little flip back to Johnny Davis, and he timed it perfectly. So it's 43-13.
Just look at how relentless their defense is, though. They just double all the time. They're in your face. They're a pain in the butt.
There's Murfeld. Off the mark.
Had a clean look, but that was an NBA range straight.
That was a long one. And they go inside to Thompson. Not there. Johnny Davis will take it back up, and he'll draw the foul. And Murfeld will get it. And Johnny will go to the line.
They're so good at offensive rebounds, too. We don't have a chart on the number of putbacks they have. However, they never quit. They don't take possessions off. They come down the floor, somebody takes a shot, everyone else races down the floor. You notice that? Then none of them just stand back and take a break.
No.
Of course, good teams do that. They do that in practice. They run drills like that. The best team that does that, I think, is Virginia and Villanova. They chart that. They film it in practice, and if you're not sprinting down the court, you don't play.
Johnny Davis, that gives him 10 with that second free throw. So he's about on pace for his average. I'd be curious as to where Johnny Davis ends up going to play ball.
I don't know. I don't know if it might not be the Badgers, unfortunately.
He's taking his time making his decision.
I think he's looking for whatever fits his style of play.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Here's Salvadelli.
I like him as a player over Terrence Thompson. I like him as a player. I like him as an athlete. I like him as a student. He hasn't played that well lately, and he said it to me. I got to pick up my game, and there's a start right there.
Johnny Davis.
That's not a good match in the post, Murfeld with Davis.
There's Gauger from the corner. That's not going to go.
Not many second chances for the Blue Golds.
And Davis again. He's just so smooth.
He blew by.
He just,
You think you got him stopped, and he just goes right by you.
It's like he can score when he wants to. Uh-oh. Terrence Thompson. Just that little spin move, and he was wide open. That's his second stuff tonight.
Yeah.
50-16. And we got 1:52 to go.
Well, just looking at that's a full timeout, so maybe we want to take a break here.
We got Blaschke Schneider Funeral Home we'll talk to you about. They're providing thoughtful service for over 80 years. And they got two locations, Caledonia Street and West Avenue in La Crosse. And Terry, before the game ends tonight, we have to choose our Blaschke Schneider Funeral Home player of the game for both Aquinas and Central. And we'll be doing that late in the contest tonight.
Okay. And if we can't decide on one, we can have multiple players of the game.
Done that
we?
before.
Okay.
Done that before as well.
Rick doesn't like that, but he's in Florida, so he's probably watching this, though.
Yeah. Well, he might be. He might be picking up on it.
I think he's maybe got other things on his mind.
Central is seeded number 1 in the tournament already. They're going to be playing the winner of Sparta and La Crosse Logan. These Blue Golds, I think we're a number 8 seed, and they'll be playing Lancaster. They'll be hosting that game. They both happen. The Aquinas game happens on the 26th, and the Central first game will be on Friday the 1st.
Central getting a bye, of course, and I looked at that too. It was released about 5 o'clock last night, so you went to the printer like I did, huh?
Oh yeah, gotta have that.
Yeah, this is just a special time of the year if you like high school basketball, huh?
Well, it comes up in both the boys and girls, and all of a sudden you have the opportunity to go see 4 or 5 games in a week.
Yeah, and if you can't, hook up to KQEG and we'll bring them to you.
Absolutely. We're down to about 90 seconds left in the first half. And the Blue Golds patient on their offense, looking for a good shot. There's Joseph Salvadelli going in, a little runner, not going to go.
Again, bothered by, that time, Charlie Maslowich inside in the paint.
Left-handed shot, far side, over the top. Jordan Davis, a little jumper on the baseline, he's got it.
Just right over Murfeld. Ball came right in his hands.
Jordan Davis with 11. And Andrew Skemp not going to go.
He's a good outside shooter, too. Was open on that particular play.
There's David Hayden. Oh, not going to go down. Get it over here to Murfeld. Back out to Skemp. Murfeld squares up. A little shy of the shot.
Again, no chance for a second opportunity.
Stolen away, nice knockaway by Jacob Savadelli. And in the lane and a foul.
I like that. The Blue Goals did a nice job of going to the free throw line a lot against Logan. And as a result, I think that's one of the reasons they won the game. Teams that don't go to the free throw lane very often are not doing what you just saw there, attacking the basket.
Clayton Phillips with the foul. And Joseph Salvadelli misses the first of two.
Good to see Clayton Phillips in the game, too, number 34, 6'7", senior. Hasn't had a lot of opportunity to play, but just made the most of his minutes when he's in.
Salvadelli not connecting on the second. We're down to 10 seconds. Parcher, he knows what the clock reads, 6 seconds now. He's going to go all the way down on the glass. Noah Parcher for two.
And he challenged Salvadelli, who's bigger than he is. Boy, he has had a great first half.
He has 8 points for Noah Parcher. So we've come to the end of the first half. It's 54-16. We'll add up our totals here. We've got some halftime activity we want to tell you about. We'll be back right after this on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
The Castle commitment is making sure you have all the tools you need to find your next home. Our Castle Finder app is the most up-to-date home search app around. Search by neighborhoods, school districts, and more. It's the only real estate app with augmented reality. Point your phone or tablet and see all nearby homes for sale with photos and details right at your fingertips. Make your home search fun and easy. Castle Finder, available on the App Store or
Dinner tonight? Don't go just anywhere. Make it special. A fiesta at Fiesta Mexicana. Real, authentic Mexican food made fresh every single day. Quesadillas, fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, and don't forget the margaritas. Looking for a place for a special celebration? Well, Fiesta Mexicana can handle groups up to 65 people. Their party planners will help you with a special menu or a delicious Mexican buffet. They can even cater a party in your home. So make it special. Make it Fiesta Mexicana on Mormon Cooley Road at the south end of La Crosse.
Welcome back to La Crosse Central High School, and we're coming back. They got a special presentation here they're going to be doing. We're going to tell you about. All the guys are lining up underneath the east basket right now, and this is the 1979 state basketball team that they're honoring tonight.
Yeah, the team that won the Big Rivers, ended up 23-2, went to state, and was second, got beat in the championship game by Milwaukee Tech in a controversial game. And as you see the players line up, head coach Gary Robarge, assistant coach Ken Barrett, assistant coach Mark Service. Don Kuby, part of the Special K group, being introduced first. Jimmy Keeler, All-State. I think one of the best players in the state of Wisconsin. Coach Kevin Carroll, Steve Corder, Derek Kroll's sister walking out. Derek Kroll passed away, of course. Tony Gelfie. Tom White, part of that team.
I haven't seen Gary Robarge in a long time.
He lives in Minneapolis now. Head coach, assistant coach Ken Baird, assistant coach Mark Service being introduced. A team that people have talked about for years. Maybe one of the better teams that ever played in lacrosse. This team from Central, 1979, 40th anniversary.
Wow. That's amazing.
I really think that team could play against teams today. I really think they were that talented. That says a lot right there.
It does. It does. All right, and Todd Ferg came out, and he's got his team on the bench here watching this.
Yeah, well, it's quite an honor. He wants to get that team to
Well, you know, you
Madison
think about that.
Again, too.
This is a teaching moment, I think, for the kids. Showing a team that did go to state.
Absolutely. It's just fun to be part of this, and I'm sure Joe Barron, a big part of putting this together, does a great job as the activities director. And a program, if you want one of these programs from 1979, I have one right in front of me that gives you the highlights of that team.
Wow.
Pretty special.
Well, we got the dance team out there for Central right now, and while they're dancing, take a quick look at some of the scoring here for Aquinas. 3 individuals scoring, 8 points for Jacob Salvadelli. Brandon Murfeld has got 6, and those are both 3-pointers. And Joseph Salvadelli has got a bucket to get their 16 points. For Central, they've had 8 kids score, 2 in double figures already. Johnny Davis has got 14, Jordan Davis with 11. Noah Parcher and Terrence Thompson have 8 apiece, 7 for David Hayden, 3 for Jacob Service. DeAndre Davis has got a free throw. Charlie Mazowis has got a bucket. 54-16, it is halftime right now. We'll take you on the floor and watch a little bit more of the halftime entertainment. Halftime, 54-16, Central leading Aquinas. We'll be back after this in the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department. Delivery and setup. Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyers Furniture.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully.
Dinner tonight? Don't go just anywhere. Make it special. A fiesta at Fiesta Mexicana. Real, authentic Mexican food made fresh every single day. Quesadillas, fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, and don't forget the margaritas. Looking for a place for a special celebration? Well, Fiesta Mexicana can handle groups up to 65 people. Their party planners will help you with a special menu or a delicious Mexican buffet. They can even cater a party in your home. So make it special. Make it Fiesta Mexicana on Mormon Cooley Road at the south end of La Crosse. Join the party at the Arterial Bar and Grill. Stop in and meet the new owners. This is still the place where people come for a delicious meal and reconnect with friends. Specials? You bet. Friday it's fish, Saturday slow roasted prime rib, Taco Tuesday tacos for $2. Wednesdays get a basket of wings for $2.50. Choose from 13 different sauces. Great appetizers too. Now serving breakfast Friday through Monday from 8 to 2. The Arterial, a La Crosse tradition. Why not make it yours? It's halftime on the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game features the Aquinas Blue Golds and the Central Red Raiders. We'll return with the second half of tonight's game after these messages.
Welcome back to Central High School. Central out, taking their warm-up shots. 2.5 minutes left before the second half gets underway. Aquinas Blue Golds still making whatever adjustments they try to make here.
Think they got time?
They got time.
They got to extend the halftime.
Well, you know, just want to be competitive and come out and play good. You know,
those that are watching our broadcast and don't know anything about the Badger game, I want to share with you that it's halftime there too.
Oh, it is already.
Illinois 26 and our Badgers 25 at halftime.
So Illinois is playing, their men are playing some pretty good basketball right now.
Exactly. So my friend Jerry Thompson's watching the Badgers and listening to our broadcast.
Oh.
And down where the Amish live, around Viroqua. By the way, you ever buy any bread or any pastries down in that area from the Amish?
I can't say I have.
Oh, I do. I buy my flowers down there too. So I'm well aware of that area. But anyway, now don't turn the channel because we got some exciting things to talk about in the second half besides the game. Again, 54-16, and I was looking at the schedule for the Red Raiders, and if this is a 40-point game, it will be the 8th time during the season that they've went to a running clock, which is very similar to the Aquinas Blue Gold girls and how they destroy their opponents.
Wow. Yeah, I've seen. Saw the Aquinas girls play Holman the other night, and you know, it's just they got so many weapons.
Oh, and they're just the same kind of relentless defense where they double team you all the time, and if you're at all vulnerable, susceptible, tentative with the ball, you're gone. It's over.
Yeah, and, we were watching that game, and we didn't see it too many times that night, but you could appreciate how fast Lexi Donarski is, and you forget that she's a state qualifier in track and how well she can go to that next gear, and she did it a couple times that night.
She did, but just like, with Jordan and Johnny Davis and their complementary players, the complementary players surrounding her at Aquinas are pretty special too.
Oh, yeah. All right, we're about ready to go here for the second half. Johnny Davis will inbound with Noah Parcher.
We'll see how long the starters stay in. We're going to talk a little bit about what's coming up for the Red Raiders too, and they have a busy week ahead of them. We'll talk about that in the second half, a little bit about what the Blue Goals have, a little bit about the seeding concept.
Looks like they're trying a little bit different offense here, as they go in. Parcher goes down the lane, not there. Oh, and Johnny Davis just stole it away.
If you don't put a hip in a body into somebody, that's what happens.
He just came out of nowhere and stole that ball right out of Murfeld's hands. So Davis was 16. There's Jacob. Joseph.
There's a nice shot. That was nice when it left his hand, but give him credit because that was above the outstretched hands of Terrence Thompson.
Oh, David Hayden. Nice left-handed layup and in. He's having a good game. He's got 9.
Just a good overall athlete, like his brother. Remember when his brother played here and then went on to Wisconsin? I mean, he had the same kind. There's 3. Oh, he doesn't miss that very often.
Out of bounds, knocked out by Bryce Lee.
Murfeld not able to get as many uncontested shots here as he has recently.
Inside to Thompson. He's going to try Bryce Lee, backing him down. Outside to Johnny Davis. Not there. Murfeld.
First time
3 on 2.
First time in the transition game, Art.
And Murfeld just off.
Window cleaner rebound.
Jordan Davis, Johnny put back. There it is.
Yeah. Right over Murfeld. Just the size difference is apparent.
Well, Johnny Davis, at 6'5", he's playing guard.
He'll play guard in college, too.
Yeah, oh yeah. Skemp with a step back.
Good step back, yeah.
That was a good-looking shot, just couldn't put it down.
It was. I like his mechanics, too. They don't always go in. Nobody's shot always goes in, but he's got the right form.
Davis, not going to be there.
I think I like about him is the way he attacks the basket. Kind of the way he played defense in football.
Salvadelli.
Has there been any offensive rebounds this evening for the Blue Goals? I don't recall any.
Not enough. And Jacob Salvadelli with the rebound and brings it up court. Behind the back dribble. Here's Skemp. A nice little handoff from Bryce Lee to get Skemp the free shot.
He has got a bright future. Just remember that I said that as a sophomore. You'll hear about him.
Terrence Thompson.
Terrence Thompson with his long arms. I haven't heard much about him playing collegiately, but he will.
Thompson? Oh, yeah. I think people are looking at him. Bryce Lee, left-handed layup.
Nice.
Oh.
That brought Larry Lee to his off his tail. You notice that?
Oh. And a 3 by Johnny Davis.
Todd Ferguson says, get back on defense. Transition.
Murfeld. Here's lots of points going up.
Yeah. He's going to be first team all-conference, first team all-Tribune, all-star game. He's had quite a career, that guy does.
Terrence Thompson, he finds the 3.
Oh, boy. 30-second timeout. If I can say this, Murfeld, his mom, part of the national championship team when she played at St. Thomas. National champion, she was part of that team, and his dad also a great player at Bloomington down by Cassville.
All right, here we go for a break. We'll be right back after this on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
Join the party at the Arterial Bar and Grill. Stop in and meet the new owners. This is still the place where people come for a delicious meal and reconnect with friends. Specials? You bet. Friday it's fish, Saturday slow roasted prime rib, Taco Tuesday tacos for $2. Wednesdays get a basket of wings for $2.50. Choose from 13 different sauces. Great appetizers too. Now serving breakfast Friday through Monday from 8 to 2. The Arterial, a lacrosse tradition. Why not make it yours?
Welcome back to Central High School. Andy Skimp directing traffic for the Blue Golds right now. His team down 68-27. Bryce Lee kicking it out. Here's Salvadelli. Not off. Not going to make it off the back bracket.
Service in Vasowich reported in at the timeout.
Jordan Davis back out to Noah Parcher. Parcher, he's just that aggressive drive.
He sees the driving lane and he parts the Red Sea, doesn't he? He isn't afraid to. He just has a knack for finding the crease in the defense.
He's got 10. Trying to get it inside, tipped out of bounds, stays with Aquinas. .27 left in the game. And I don't know how he stole that without getting a foul, but Jordan Davis did, and they're helping him back up. We hit the deck. Around the perimeter. Parcher again, finding that sweet spot. Jeez. Tell you, you can go to so many kids here for Central and find the scoring punch. That's Parcher right now.
I don't know how many games I've seen, many in the last few years when Parcher's played. This could be one of his better games.
He's got a dozen.
He's in rhythm, isn't he?
He really is. He just likes that drive, and he put it on the glass, or he's kicked it back out. Stolen away. Jordan Davis.
Again, the speed in transition. I don't know who can stop that speed, which starts with their defense, of course.
Murfeld, that was a three-pointer. He's not going to go. Parcher 3-on-3.
Ooh, got away with the travel.
Corner shot, not going to go.
Fighting for the ball.
Yep.
Just fighting for the ball. Just because you don't have position, you can still go after the ball, and that's what he did.
With that bucket, Jordan Davis with 15. And a timeout called by the Blue Golds, 30-second timeout. While they huddle up, tell you a little bit about Battery Mart. They got batteries for all kinds of vehicles, not just for your car battery. You find it for your ATV, your motorcycle, lawn tractor, and especially this time of the year, the snowblower. Batteries for all your warm and cold weather equipment. Battery Mart in the industrial park below Gunderson Lutheran. Visit them on the web at Northern Battery. Google them, or even go the old-fashioned way and find them in the Yellow Pages. Battery Mart.
Do we have Yellow Pages anymore?
There's some.
I think you can.
There's some.
Can you go on Yellow? Can you Google Yellow Pages still? I think you can.
You probably can. Probably got some historical thing there to talk about. Well, we had quite a surge here of points. It just was a bundle by both teams, Terry. And now it's slowed off a little bit, but boy, you were just going back and down the court scoring.
I think Aquinas might be out of timeouts. I think he used all of them, or maybe he's got one left.
Trying to get it down inside of Wetzel.
Yeah, Wetzel has played well, too, in that post. Plays much bigger than his height.
Terrence Thompson, the only starter, I think, out there right now for Central.
Rod Pop, the
Yeah.
retired coach at Viterbo, is on the coaching staff here, and he chooses not to be on the sideline, but I see him up in the bleachers, and he works every practice with these guys on defensive concepts and spacing, and adds a lot to this team. You can see it too.
The shot going up, not there. Thompson not going to go, out of bounds. Aquinas ball.
Thompson knocks it out, and see if the Blue Goals can put something on the board here on this possession. Go to a 1-4 set. Trying to get a shot for Murfeld like that.
Got it. Yeah, long rebound. Wetzel's got it.
Oh, nice rebound by Wetzel. And
Yeah,
he got fouled by Thompson.
Went underneath him.
That was effort. That's a 50-50 ball that coaches talk about all the time.
Boy, not many fouls tonight. Wetzel at the line. Gavin is yet to score. Changes that.
Averaging 5 points a game, the 6'2 junior, 3-sport athlete.
Ten and a half minutes left, 76-29. Here's Ingram going baseline.
Oh,
nice move.
He challenged the Blue Goals, got a big basket. Of course, he was honored early on for the Perseverance Award by the Milwaukee Bucks. Have you missed that? I don't really even know that young man, but I'd like to get to know him. Maybe we'll have him on Seven River Sports, huh?
Yeah, it might be. Here's Joseph Salvadelli. Nice turnaround move. Boy, he's had a lot of good moves tonight. He's just not been able to get the ball to drop for him.
Haven't seen Jared Everson in for a last couple games, and Jared Everson, number 20, the 6'3 sophomore. His dad works in the big leagues. I'll see him in Arizona when I'm down there in March. He's a hitting instructor for the Colorado Rockies.
Murfeld.
Nice. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a clip right there for highlights.
Yeah.
Right there, Jess. That good move by Murfeld created the basket.
78-31. Backing down, trying to get a shot. Ingram inside. Phillips. Not there.
Phillips, his first shot this evening. Again, the Blue Goals in transition. They've been scoring a lot of points off of that. Beat Tolma, beat Sparta, beat Logan. A lot of it in transition. Not tonight. We're at about the 9-minute mark, so we're going to see a perhaps a running clock.
Wetzel with a block. Going down the lane, Hayden not gonna go. Put back.
Oh,
there's
nice. Phillips beat Salvadelli and got his first two, I believe.
It is. Murfeld off to the right.
Didn't look good when it left his hand, and usually he's right on with his shot.
He's got 9 points tonight off his pace. There goes DeAndre Davis with two. There's three.
DeAndre Davis, you're going to read about him during the track and field season, I'll tell you. He'll be on the podium at the state meet.
Jacob Salvadelli, that's a three.
Ooh.
You know, it's one and done on the threes for Aquinas tonight.
Yep, honeycombed out.
Yeah, we're going to see some more players coming from the bench for both teams here in just a minute with the next dead ball. DeAndre Davis. That one's going down.
2 in a row for DeAndre.
He's got 7.
Only
6,
5'9" senior, having a good game here this evening. Take a break. We'll talk a little bit about what's ahead for the Red Raiders. They have a big week here. So stay tuned.
Murfeld.
Oh, I like that. Wasn't open for the 3, so he redirected himself to a mid-range jump shot.
I think with the next dead ball, we're going to see complete bench of Central getting in. 5 kids will be coming in. There's Ingram. And he'll go to the line.
Ingram challenged Wetzel, I believe, or on 20, I guess. Everson, the 6'3" sophomore, picked up the foul. Try to pick up these numbers as they come in, Art.
Ingram makes the first of 2. That gives him 3 in the contest.
Devon Fielding, the freshman. Brecken Austin. Darius Driver, the 6'5" junior. And Porter Proteski, a freshman at 6'1", getting some playing time here, huh?
He does.
Porter Fife, 6'1", or Peyton, I'm sorry, the junior in.
All right, they bring up the ball, and as they do that, I'll tell you a little bit about Bacalar Sausage. There's a quality award-winning sausage product since 1935. Bryce Lee puts it up, and
nice.
Gets a bucket and a foul.
Challenged the defense like he did against the Rangers. Got 2.
Made with the finest ingredients, Bacalar sausages, recipes handed down through the generations. They're available at your local grocery store. And if you're planning a cold weather cookout, a grill is not a grill without Bacalar sausage. Bacalar is locally owned and community involved since 1935. Bryce Lee completes the 3-point play, and he's got 5. 87-36. Got a running clock. Central working the perimeter with the new kids on the floor. Down the lane, on the glass, up and in.
Nice.
Devon Fielding.
Exciting for him to score a basket here. Devon Fielding, only a freshman, 5'10". He's got a bright future too.
Aquinas trying to see if they can get it inside. Nice move down the lane, up and in. Nice underhand layup.
Boy, that was pretty too.
It's Quinn Maskowski.
Quinn Maskowski, only the senior, or check that, the freshman. Wasn't afraid to take it to the basket.
No, not at all. And a patient offense by these kids out there now. From baseline, and a whistle, and we'll get a free throw. Fiesta Mexicana, truly delicious and authentic and fresh Mexican food. Make it Fiesta Mexicana across the south side. Burritos, fajitas, tacos, chimichangas, and margaritas. And margaritas come in multiple flavors. They can cater for your home, or you can host your next party for your special event. Make it Miss Fiesta at Fiesta Mexicana. Thank you for being on board and being one of our sponsors tonight. Miskowski at the line. This is the first of 2. He'll connect on the second one. That moves the score 90-38. Murfeld kicks it out. There's a left-handed shot. Not going to go. We've seen a lot of those dish out on Aquinas tonight like that. And a loose basketball. Murfeld tipped it away. He's going to go left-hand layup all the way, and he'll get a free throw out of it.
Drew the foul, too, yep. Devon Fielding with the foul.
13 of the game for Brandon Murfeld.
Central, a big week. We talked about that Tuesday. Got Big Rivers Conference second place team right here, Eau Claire North. They're 14-6 and have player of the year in the Big Rivers on their team. Dalton Banks averaging 24 points a game. Exciting to see him. And then Friday, stepping out of the conference play, Madison Memorial. One of the top teams in the Madison area in the Big 8. They're 14-5. So Todd Fergutt has 2 big games yet this week to close out the regular season.
Murfeld with 14 points. He leads the Aquinas team in scoring. Baseline drive, kick it out.
Oh,
and
nice
shot.
Move. Nice move. Got a nice roll.
Yep.
Aquinas Blue Goals close their season at Sparta on Thursday. They're a dangerous Sparta team that's not playing well but is capable of getting a big run in the postseason.
Here's Gauger. Not gonna go. Down a minute and a half. Well, the Red Raiders, they started out strong and they just kept going and plugging along. There's Phillips.
Oh, nice effort by Phillips.
Fans like that.
Oh, they should. Clayton Phillips, a senior, gets some quality playing time here this evening. In front of the 1979 team, 40 years ago, went to state.
Phillips gets a rebound and a stop.
Look at that.
Oh.
Wow. There's a highlight of his season so far right there.
Todd Fergutt's even smiling about that one.
Well, I mean, he followed his shot. he just went in hard, and I like that. That's just determination.
The three-pointer off the edge. Phillips tracks it down. Blue Golds get it ahead to Murfeld. He'll get an easy layup out of it.
Red Raiders want to see 100, you know.
That's what they're shooting for, yeah. But I think Coach Fergutt says, guys, we're not going to do it.
No more shots, guys.
No. Fans wanted to see it, but they're not going to push that. But a big win tonight for the Blue Gold, or for the Central Red Raiders, 96-43. So another big output by these Central Red Raiders. We've seen them been able to add up scores like that during the course of the year, and this is one of the top performances as far as their offense here tonight.
Absolutely. When you look at the...
We'll take a quick break here as the kids shake hands, and we'll come back with the scoring totals right after this on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department. Delivery and setup. Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyer's Furniture.
Welcome back to Central High School. Big win here for the Central Red Raiders. A score of 96-43. They go to 11-0 and 18-2 on the year. But Terry Erickson, good game for Central as they got out there and got a big lead in a big hurry.
They just dominate their opponents, and we've seen it all through this season as they continue to roll. And we talked a little bit about the Red Raiders peaking at just the right time, as you well know. And last time these two teams got together, 81-29. Tonight here, 96-43. I think that's a thorough domination. Looking at the Blue Golds, though, is there a bright spot? Certainly. And that's the job of the coach, to find a bright spot as they enter their last game against Sparta into the postseason. Difficult to do, but there are some bright spots, and I like the way they play defense. I like the way they shot, and they didn't give up in the second half.
No, they didn't. Brandon Murfeld led the way for the Blue Golds. He had 16 points. Also in double figures was Jacob Salvadelli hitting some three-pointers. 2 points for Gavin Wetzel, also Quinn Miskowski with 2. Joseph Salvadelli and Andrew Skemp both with 2 points, and Bryce Lee, he finished with 5. For Central, they had 12 kids that hit the scoring column tonight, 4 in double figures. They were led by Johnny Davis. He had 21, 14 coming in the first half. Terrence Thompson had 13, 15 for Jordan Davis. Noah Parcher, an even dozen. David Hayden with 9, DeAndre Davis with 6, Jacob Service with 3, Jaquin Ingram with 4. Quinn Miskowski had 3 points rather. Devon Fielding with 2. Charlie Mazowitz had 2 points as well, and 6 for Clayton Phillips, and he also stuffed one down there towards the end of the game.
He did. Just a thorough team effort. Not surprising. I told you the Red Raiders, if you haven't watched them before, they're getting better and better and better. I'm not saying the score. I'm not saying the disparity in the score. Just their whole package, the way they played together. My players of the game for the Central Red Raiders is going to be Noah Parcher. I just liked what he did. He didn't lead the team in scoring, but he did a lot of things, and he played one of his better floor games, in my opinion.
He did. He was very solid, and he knew when to drive, and he knew when to stop and take the shot.
And my player of the game for the Blue Goals would be Murfeld. Didn't have one of his better games, and that's because of the relentless pressure by the Blue Goals, but he continues to score at a high level, and he's going to need to do that into the postseason.
Aquinas now 5-5 in the MVC, 12-0 for Central, leading the pack. So for Ryan Scaife, Jesse Von Ruden, Terry Erickson, this is Art Fay. I want to thank you for joining us tonight. A 96-43 win for La Crosse Central over Aquinas. Thank you for joining us on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
You've been watching the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game featured the Aquinas Blue Golds and the Central Red Raiders. The High School Game of the Week, made possible by our sponsors, like Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business on Southwest 2nd Avenue in Onalaska. Schumacher Kish Cremation and Funeral Services in La Crosse, La Crescent, and Onalaska. Boyer's Furniture, quality furniture at affordable prices on South Avenue, La Crosse. Arterial Bar and Grill at 16th and Jackson. A La Crosse tradition. Why not make it yours? Castle Realty. If you're buying or selling your home, see Castle Realty. Fiesta Mexicana on La Crosse's south side. Don't just have dinner, make it a fiesta at Fiesta Mexicana. Blaschke Schneider Funeral Home, serving the Cooley region for over 90 years. Battery Mart, with batteries for your car, boat, tractor, lawnmower, even your snowblower. Battery Mart. And Bacalar Sausage, making quality sausage products since 1935. Thanks for watching high school basketball on KQEG TV and KQEGTV.com.